All right, we're back with another video. It's been quite some time.
Yeah, due to COVID, hopefully everybody's healthy and happy and safe. We've got some books here. Some of them you've seen in our other videos. Some are new. Some we actually got today.
Yeah, we picked up some today actually, so that works out well.
Yeah, so what we're going to do is we're going to do a spread, not show them one-on-one, and you can probably follow the thread as far as on the spread is concerned. But we're going to go through each one. It's silver with a little bronze, but I think you're going to like what you see as far as this commentary and the video.
Let us know if we're missing any keys that aren't as big as these.
Yeah, because then we'll try to see if we can put more pieces to the puzzle together for you.
Yeah, as if there's more pieces to this puzzle.
As far as silver is concerned, not too much, but we're getting there. So what we're going to do is we're going to start scanning. Some of these books are new. Some of you did see a few of them in other videos over the course of the last couple years or so, maybe a little less. We're going to start off. We have an AF-15. You guys haven't seen this one. It's a nice, presentable book. No marble chipping. Basically, color is great on this book. It does have a little bit of a spine split here at the top. But other than that, it's a solid book.
What are you thinking grade-wise?
I'm going to be conservative, and we talked about this, in fact, earlier today. I'm going to say around about a 2.25.
Okay, all right.
Okay.
Now, that's the first appearance of that guy in the green jacket.
Yeah, and that guy's huge.
Yeah.
But what's even bigger now is starting to gain a lot of popularity amongst fans is the guy swinging, holding it.
Okay, good. So, all right, let's move on to the next one, shall we?
This book for silver is smoking hot right now, and it's an X-Men one. We did show this prior in one of our videos, but it was worth coming back to again because it wasn't as hot about a year and a half ago or so.
But it's starting to heat up for sure.
It's what now with all the rights going to Marvel, the MC universe is waiting for the X-Men and jonesing for it as far as the fans are concerned. Old label 6.5, no pressing done back then in 1999-2000 when this book was graded. Has a lot of potential. Any X-Men now, even if it's restored or low grade, they're going
They're
up.
smoking hot.
They're smoking hot, which is going to lead us, because this book is so expensive now,
into a book that's more affordable, but still X-Men oriented.
which we're going to get to in a moment.
All right, let's move on. We got a little bug guy.
Okay, so Tales to Astonish 27. We did show this earlier in the video. Again, around the same time frame, about a year and a half ago. The book is such a low-key book. It is going to move, because when these books start getting to the realm of
Untouchable.
what's
Which
next?
The Amazing Spidey is untouchable.
The Amazing Fantasy, the X-Men now
Fantasy, not Spidey.
is hard to get. So this book is going to garner a lot more attention for the fans.
It almost seems like that book, that Tales to Astonish, the first Ant-Man, would be harder in a higher grade because of the darker cover.
Anything, again, like with the AF-15, brown border, brown top, brown border is dark. It is. It's a nice looking copy. Probably a solid mid-range copy.
All right, next one is.
This came, actually, we did a video back in January, February, somewhat. It's a showcase. I'm going to bring it back out again. It's going to go to grading pretty soon. Green Lantern, even though DC is not as hot as Marvel, but once DC gets their act together, Showcase 22
First Hal Jordan.
is going to come back. It's going to spike. It's going to move. We're starting to see that now, and you always see them in lower end grades.
Tell me a little bit about the signature on the cover.
This came from an original owner. We touched upon that again a few months ago. Carl Rosa, coming up from upstate New York where we're located, had a huge collection of books. Had an amazing one, which I'm still trying to get, an Avengers one. Great stuff. And all original. Bought it right off the rack back then, back in the late 50s. Great book.
All right, on to this one here.
This one was a new acquisition. Just came within the last 2 weeks. Journey of Mystery 83, Thor, older label on it. Great book. I mean, Thor now has a lot of movies set up. Jane Foster is going to become the new Thor. Thor is going with the Guardians, as we surmise.
So what's hers first? Is she 85?
She's number 84.
84, and then 85 is Loki, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And basically, Journey of Mystery, it's a Grail. So the book, right now on the floor, it's got a price tag on it. And for those who are on a budget, like we all are,
Right around 7?
it's around $7,500. I think the book is going to spike and probably be solid around about the $9,000-10,000 mark, probably within the next 6 months to a year. Tougher book, but this was pure out of trade, and that's where I got that book within the last couple weeks.
Big fan of trading.
I love trading.
Yeah.
Trading helps and works for everybody. Well, sometimes.
All right, on to the first Iron Man, Tales of Suspense 39.
It's a
great looking book.
It's a 4 or 5. Again, this book is starting to move like this one is. It's major key on Grail status. It's Iron Man. It's what started everything for the MCU.
Yeah.
This is where we're at. It's Tony Stark. It's Robert Downey Jr. who made that character come to life.
I think personally one of the best movies in all their movies. That first Iron Man was fantastic.
It was a great movie, the
Yep.
series, and again, it was what started it. It was that starting point for where we are now. It's been, 12 years ago where we are now.
Yep. All right, on to the giant size X-Men.
The giant size, when we go back to why the X-Men 1 in this book is flaming hot right now. You would have to pay probably a couple $100 to a few $100 for a coverless copy, because being so expensive on the X-Men 1, the next best thing is the giant size.
We picked this giant size X-Men up at Rhino's Comics over here in Greece.
Which is in the suburb of Rochester, New York.
Yep.
Rhino, Chet owns this store, really nice guy. If you're ever in this area or you're from this area or around the surrounding suburbs or cities, come and see him. He's a nice guy, you could Google him. He's got a lot of stuff in his store, a lot of stock.
I picked up that in the 181 and we dumped off the 181 already.
Yeah, and which is going to lead, because we did just come from Chet's, and it's going to take us to a book shortly after, which Carm just acquired just moments ago.
All right, here's probably one of the bigger boys in this whole situation.
It's an FF1. It's a 4.0 CBCS. It does have a little color touch on it. I could get it scraped, but you know what? I could just leave it in the case for now.
You're saying the color touch is in this creature's mouth?
You got a little bit here, little here, little here, and a little here. I could get it scraped and probably bring the grade down probably to a 3.
I don't know why anybody would. I think the case looks fantastic. The book presents perfect in there, so I don't know why anybody would bother doing that.
For those purists who want the book in its pure form, even scraped,
Yeah.
all it has is color touch. When I do restored books, and I don't do many of them, I will not do trimmed unless I get a great deal on it, because you can't reverse trimming. Color touch, you can. So
Right.
for the purists who want it, you crack it, scrape it, it's going to come down lower. For those who are happy, say, you know what? Like Carm just said, hey, it's in the case.
Love it.
You know what it is. It presents nicely. It helps both people. Okay, whoever wants to do what they want with color touch.
Superboy, first Bizarro.
Now, this book made the lot. It's not a Grail. Okay, but here's the thing. It's so hard to get in a 6 and above. It is a nice book. And you know what? Again, once DC gets their act together, hopefully they're going to incorporate, like Marvel does so well, with these second, third tier characters, whether they're heroes or villains.
Right.
And it is a tougher book to come by. It is late 50s.
Well, we got a couple more tougher books to come by, so let's start on this direction and we'll head down that way.
Okay.
All right.
So Carm just picked this book up. In fact, he drove out to Ohio. Okay, picked this book up in Lima, Ohio.
Yep, that was a nice 4-hour one way, 4-hour the other way. I got with a dealer who was online. I brought him a couple of books, an Amazing Spider-Man 15, and I can't remember the other one.
First Craven and first Morbius.
That's right, Amazing 101. Yep, and then I gave him some cash for the Justice League. I think that the Justice League, I had a 6.0 way back in the day that I got rid of, and it makes me sick to this day. So
it's a nice solid grade. It's a fine. You know, so I mean, you're looking at it. Book is again way harder to get some of these DCs like the Brave and the Bold 28 to showcase 22 and the 4 and a lot of other books. So it's a great book. Nice drive, 8-hour round trip. Why not on a nice sunny day?
it was beautiful out until the way back where it poured most of the day.
So, you know, great big book, Grail book. Nice to have in a collection for anyone who basically appreciates what these books are for silver.
All right, we got another showcase in here.
Going back to Chet and Rhinos. Just got this within the last several minutes prior to making this video. It's the first Adam Strange. Great book, solid book at a 4.0. It is on the list of the top 50 or so Silver Age books. Black cover, tough book to get. Presents nicely as a 4.0. It's a great edition which complements, which Carmen just purchased, which was the Brave and the Bold. Complements it nicely as far as a showcase.
Yeah, that cover's sick. I love the little ray gun firing off at that giant axe swinging from that UFO. It's fantastic.
It's a great book. It's, again, late 50s, and DC in that era, in that time period, is a lot harder to find.
All right, Amazing Spider-Man 1, we're coming across next.
Which is one of my favorite books. It's a 5.5. we showcased this book before, but it needs to make a reappearance. Again, I'm waiting to get another one. I don't know where that's going down the pipeline, but this book has gone up. Why? Because AF-15 is so expensive. And a lot of people are saying AF-15 has dropped, it fell, blah, blah, blah.
Mm-hmm. I'll still pick one up if I find one.
But I tell you what, you know, I'm going to be honest with you. Even though the book on AF-15 has shot up so high, so fast, when it does drop, it still was worth more than it was before.
Right. And the significance of this book is it's one of the first major crossovers, right, with the FF.
With FF, he's in his first title on his own. To me, AF-15 is the action, okay, and Amazing 1 is the Superman 1.
Yeah, I agree with you.
So it works itself out that way. I love the cover. It complements what you have going on right now. Spidey in the MCU and FF coming.
All right, here comes another showcase. This one's pretty significant.
This book we showed before too. I like to bring it back out because we're doing the Grail, and there's several new books here. It goes with the Showcase 22. This is what started the Silver Age. It is a tougher book, again, because it is DC in the late 50s. Solid grade of 3.5. And as you notice, what we try to do is we try to keep them around that same grade range.
Yeah.
So we're looking anywhere from VG minus, basically up to a fine plus. So we're around the 4.55 range.
Well,
on the
getting any one of these books in a 7.5, you're
multi-thousands.
Yeah,
what it is.
We're not at that level quite yet.
To get this book in a 7, which basically, I think Comic Link just sold one, you're looking at well over $65,000.
Oh my god! But I wouldn't be scared to have one.
No, I wouldn't. But I'd be scared to spend the $65,000. But the thing is, to have it in what grade you can afford. I don't care if it's restored. Get it restored. It's nice to have the book regardless of what it is.
All right, and on to our last book,
which is the Hulk. So we have the Hulk 1. I had 2 copies at one point. It was a 3.0. This is a 4. And the thing is, I flipped these out a lot. So if you saw one before, it was probably a different copy. And the thing is, Hulk is Hulk. Okay, so it is a Grail. It follows only that of AF-15. And
now you had told me once about this book that it was more of a fantasy book. It wasn't meant to be a superhero book.
Right,
Am I right?
Yeah, it's got there's no costume. It's mostly like a Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde type situation with this character. But it is a great book, though. It is a Grail book. As we look, we have most of the Grails, and they're averaging around about the 4.55 range. And very, very hard, difficult to get. Some are going to go out for grading. What we do need is basically your comments. What we do need is your follows.
Your likes. Likes would be huge.
Likes are nice.
We don't get a lot of likes for some reason.
Yeah, the likes are nice. And again, if there's anybody who's selling stuff or willing to trade or interested,
yeah, give us. I mean, hit me up on YouTube. I mean, you can hit me up on Instagram, Bad Scorpio 1168. Same as my YouTube channel. You know, hit me up. Let me know what you guys want to do.
There's going to probably be some more books coming. Sorry for the delay, but again, with COVID and everything else going on today in this world, it's a little bit harder to get around and get out there and just try to make a living. So, but we still try to find things. So thanks for following us and watching us. I mean, there's going to be some more to come. We're not going to give you a timeline, but let's just say in the near future. This one was wait. Yeah. It's been a while since our last one. But we did get some new books there, so 3-4 new books here, so it was pretty decent. All right, well that's all we got. You got anything left to say? No, except again, like I just opened it up with this video. Stay happy, stay healthy, stay safe.